All right, guys, welcome back. Make sure you subscribe. We are on Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Apple, Spotify, all the platforms, and hit that notification bell. So today's episode, we covered Trump's proposed Gaza peace deal gaining global support, thank God, a tragic crime in South Carolina, radical policy ideas from New York politician Zohran Mamdani, new controversies around transgender activism, nothing new there, and child safety, and finally fresh updates on Antifa's threats and protests. You guys, I am responsible for my own algorithm. I don't know. First of all, I don't understand why on TikTok, if you're a conservative and you say anything normal, anything factual, you go over policies, you pull, you can literally pull from the government's website. You will get taken down. But for some reason, I must like enough videos. All my videos are like Arab men on carnival rides. I have a lot of those. I send them to Xavier in the middle of the night and he just literally goes, "What the fuck is your algorithm and what is wrong with you?" This came up on my feed and I just think this is a Arab woman casually playing a shooting game at the mall. I love the Dune music. I just need to read the top comments from that. We have working from home, daily training, muscle memory with a heartbreak emoji, and someone put practicing for the next Christmas market. I'm sorry. You guys know it's hard to find funny things and good news. And I was just like, once again, if I saw that, I would be a little bit nervous. So Trump unveils a peace plan for Gaza that promises redevelopment and includes a prisoner swap. Key nations like Qatar, Jordan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia voiced support. Commentary highlights how the plan hinges on Hamas, while side moments capture global leaders reacting to Trump's influence. So we have a video of Trump at a news conference with Netanyahu talking about his plan for Gaza redevelopment.
A beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years. I'm hopeful that this ceasefire...
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is I was tweeting about it yesterday. I'm like, so we're calling for a ceasefire and we're waiting, and everyone seems very in support of it. And we're waiting on Hamas at this point. And I'm like, how can you guys genuinely say that there is a genocide going on? A genocide. You're saying one of the worst things in history and everybody's dying, yet you're not accepting some sort of peace deal? Okay, so then you're kind of proving to us that it's not that bad. So it's not that bad. If everyone is dying, if everyone is starving, if they're just bombing kids in hospitals left and right, then at no point you would just be like, whatever you guys want to end this, to end the starving and the suffering and everything they claim is going on there. But then if you're willing to turn this down, you're like, so the suffering isn't that bad then. If you're willing to continue this, it's really not as bad. So it makes me think a lot of the stuff coming out of there is propaganda and probably lies, which I do think it is. I also am like, I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. Most people are not. Most people in Israel are not. People forget about that. But I hope Trump kind of puts him in his place. I don't like the way he acts like he's kind of handling Trump, and really no one can handle Trump. So I'm hoping he kind of puts him in his place and gets this over with. This has to be done. It's been far too long on this. So we have a video of Trump saying every country has signed for the peace deal. We are just waiting on Hamas.
How long do you plan to give Hamas to respond to the ceasefire proposal you
Well, we're going to do about 3 or 4 days. We'll see how it is. All of the Arab countries are signed up. The Muslim countries all signed up. Israel's all signed up. We're just waiting for Hamas. And Hamas is either going to be doing it or not. And if it's not, it's going to be a very sad end.
Well, I mean, great. I mean, for all those people to agree on something, I hope Trump gets credit because this is a lot of progress. Honestly, it is. And the only thing is, it's just like the fact that we are negotiating with Hamas is literally insane. Like Hamas does need, in my opinion, to be eliminated, and you cannot have peace when people are in leadership like that. Unfortunately, a lot of the times we do go in, we eliminate all these evil people, even more evil people pop up afterwards. But I'm like, the fact that we're even negotiating with them is like just disgusting. Like they cannot be in power there. Like they are in power there. And look what they do. They kill their own people. They kill like their own children. They starve people. They kill Israelis. They want all Jews dead. So it's just like the fact that we're even like negotiating with these people, I think is disgusting. But also like we just want the war to end. Everyone wants the war to end. Everything with we want hostages back, yes. But at the end of the day, this needs to end because I don't want more innocent people to die, especially the soldiers. And I'm friends with these soldiers that go over there. So we have an image that shows the territory breakup plan for Gaza. I don't know, man. The problem is you just have these people living next to each other who just can't coexist with each other. That's the biggest issue. Like, great. There's a plan. What are they gonna like put a shopping mall in? Like, I don't understand. Like, they're just gonna keep ruining things, fighting with each other, trying to kill each other, blowing each other up. I mean, at a certain point, like, I don't know. I don't know what you do. I guess sometimes it's like not really fair for either side to have to move, but I'm like, if you guys just can't stop killing each other, does it matter? I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe put in a fucking Disneyland there and maybe that'll chill things out for a little bit. Trump can put in a nice Trump plaza. They can have Trump burgers without bacon. Maybe that'll smooth things over for 6 months till they start killing each other again. I mean, at a certain point, there was like a comedian and they were screaming free Palestine. He was like, I'm Jewish. And then he was like, what did he say? He was like, I aggressively don't care about the situation. He was like, I don't even really care who wins at this point. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, no, at a certain point, you're just like, oh, there's trouble in the Middle East. Yeah, that's never been happening for fucking since literally the dawn of time. So at a certain point, you're like, I don't even, like, just do whatever you have to do. Build a fucking shopping mall. I don't know, put it in a Westfield. At this point, I'm just exhausted of even talking about it. We have an image showing that Qatar, Jordan, UAE, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt have all welcomed Trump's plan. Well, that's positive. You know, he doesn't get credit. He makes a lot of progress. I mean, obviously, Biden's withdrawal out of Afghanistan was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, this is good. First of all, if they're agreeing to the peace deal, that is huge. Especially with all the, America First people that don't want our money going there and weapons and all this stuff. Okay, great. If all these people can agree, then that's great. Okay, so this is a huge win for Trump. Democrats will somehow say this is bad. Democrats will seriously, if Trump solved everything in Gaza, they would literally all of a sudden become Zionists just to go against it. That's the craziest part about all of this. They will never see anything good about it, a win for a win. Kamala Harris was the most qualified person to ever run for president, and Joe Biden was as healthy as can be. That's it. That's it with these people. There's just no point. We have a video of Mark, is it Rutte? Put a little twang on it. Secretary General of NATO from June calling Trump daddy.
I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. They fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easier to stop them.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
you have to use strong language. Every once in a while, you have to use a certain word.
So I feel like when they do meetings with him, they must be so excited compared to meeting with Biden. I feel like they just are like, okay, good. This is going to go easy. We'll be okay together. I feel like people actually like him. A lot of leaders. It's so funny. I always see liberals tweeting. They're like, do you know we are such an embarrassment to the world? I'm like, Joe Biden literally didn't know where he was and would fall down stairs. I don't understand how you think this is not better. We're making progress. Did I think it took a little too long? Yeah. Do I want the Epstein list out and I don't care who's on it? Also, yes. But also, it's so funny because they're like, Trump's on it. That's not why he's releasing it. Okay, so then why wouldn't the Democrats release it? You guys sat on that for years, had all the information. And if Trump was on it, you guys would have literally released it. So I don't really understand that argument. But that's just another thing they like to just comment. It's either shill or Apparently I'm on the Epstein list. I don't know. Times are tough. I had to do some massages on the side. So we have a South Carolina 22-year-old Logan Federico was murdered in her sleep by a repeat offender. We hear this way too much. 39 arrests, 29 felonies. I've seen this is very viral. Her father was sharing his grief while critics slam Democrat crime policies because that's who's responsible. So beautiful girl, gorgeous, life ahead of her, did nothing wrong, was sleeping. Apparently he went in and he looks insane. They all look like exactly what you would just think like a horrible, evil person would look like. And then I shot her, killed her, and then apparently had taken her wallet, robbed her, and left. And I mean, at this point, are we going to admit that these judges, 30, 39, and 25, those are big numbers. So this person had clearly done a million previous things. At what point are the judges not held responsible? Bartenders, restaurants, contractors, builder. I mean, every job in the country, you have a certain level of accountability and responsibility. So I don't understand. If you repeatedly let these people out up to 25, 39 times, and they go and kill someone, that blood is on your hands. I feel like politicians have a lot of responsibility. I'm like, why aren't these judges? I mean, there's got to be something. I mean, I don't know, like conspiracy theory. I feel like I know what's going on here. But in general, I'm like, they got to start taking some responsibility. There's been way too many of these beautiful young girls. And I mean, how insane for the father. And then the crazy thing is when the parents speak out, Democrats are the first ones to kind of shame them and tell them to shut up. But it's like, yeah, we need to be very strict on crime in this country. We need to put people away. The second you are in danger to yourself or anyone else, you go away. And we need to get better at throwing away the key as well. Okay? What I don't understand is like, you know, in the UK, you have like, they're like arresting little girls and people who like talk bad about Muslims online. But then you have like literal rapists out on the street. I mean, we have a video of her father talking about the brutal killing, and it was very brutal.
Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 times, 25 felonies, was on the street, forced on her knees, with her hands over her head, begging for her life, begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there. She was 5'3". She weighed 115 pounds. My daughter wanted to be a teacher. She finally figured it out 2 weeks before she was executed. And you will not forget her. I promise you. You will be sick and tired of my face and my voice until this gets fixed. I will fight until my last breath for my daughter. What y'all did, you woke up a beast and you pissed off the wrong daddy. You need to fight for the rest of our children, the rest of the innocents, and stop protecting the people that keep taking them from us.
It's so sad. I can't even imagine. I mean, obviously, you know, all Republicans are behind him, support him. But like, why do we have to let innocent people die to get to this point, which is so exhausting? I'm just like can a Democrat, I would love to sit across from a Democrat and be like, okay, whatever, 40 felonies, arrested 30 times. Name one positive thing that's going to come out of him being on the street. He's shown you 40 times who he is. He also looks insane, like looking at him. Like he's not going to be a productive member in society. Why do we allow this? And the crazy thing is, like, that's not going to be on CNN. Democrats are not going to talk about it. And they're not really going to care. And why? Because the guy in it is black. They're not going to say anything. It's like you can just like automatically get away with it. If the guy was a white guy and had a MAGA shirt on when he did it, they would be screaming for the death penalty for him. But I'm like, you guys, I've said it many times. I'm like, we have to start having very difficult, uncomfortable conversations in this country because this is easy to stop. It's called putting people in jail. Do you know how much money we spend on crazy stuff? Crazy stuff. It's like $500 million for an LGBTQ plus center for animals. So build more prisons. Like, build more. I would happily give all of my money to build more prisons to keep people in there forever. And these judges who let them out need to be in jail. Here's the thing with people, is if you start giving people consequences, society will get better. If you tell these judges, like that guy, for example, you really got his back, you really think he's good, he's going to change. Yeah? Okay, no problem. Let him onto the street. If he kills someone, if he does something, you are going to jail for the rest of your life. Guarantee that judge would not put him on the street. That's the craziest part about it. And who are these DEI judges? I guarantee they're black women letting black men out on the street as well. Or they're woke white women, whatever it is. But I'm like, no, put some heat on them and be like, are you willing to take a risk on this guy? Guarantee we will call them on their bullshit, and they won't. They won't do it. So we have a video of Representative Ross confusing Logan Federico, who was murdered by a career criminal, with Irina Zarutska, who was also murdered by a career criminal that looked very similar. This is crazy. This is like two white girls, in a row now. His dad had to correct her. I cannot imagine your daughter's brutally killed, and they literally, first of all, think of like how insane this scenario. Your beautiful white daughter is brutally murdered by a black career criminal, and that happens so often in this country that they actually mixed her name up with another girl so she just got shot, the other girl got stabbed in the neck. Okay, so I think the country has a problem, right? Democrats literally can't keep track of their victims or their crime policies either. Those they don't even care about. But I'm like, they literally can't keep track of the victims. When something like this happens, it should be the biggest story in the nation. It should be on every news network everywhere, and immediately we should be going in and changing policies because clearly they're not working and they're not protecting the citizens. Not that our government has done anything to protect us in God knows how long. I don't remember the last thing that was positive, but I'm like, this is a big issue. Why can't Democrats address this? That's what I don't know. Is it erasing? Is that it? Because I know when it's a white person, they're very quick to put them at the stake. But I'm like, do they just refuse to denounce crime if it comes from a black person because they are scared to be called racist, which is crazy because I'm like, everyone is actually racist. Everyone has preferences of who they're attracted to, who they like, who they enjoy living around. That's just normal. I'm like, it's kind of weird. I'm like, Asians are also very racist. They never get any of the heat. I think it's because they keep it to themselves. But I'm like, everyone's right. That's like literally a normal thing. And it's like, it's not racist to also be like, I don't want to live around certain groups of people because they tend to rob us, shoot us, and stab us in the neck. So I hope the dad puts up the good fight. And obviously he knows that he has, more than half the country behind him. And it's sad that innocent girls have to die, but this should lead to policy change. But just know Democrats will fight us every step of the way. Does this shit ever happen to like their families, their daughters? Like I always wondered, like they were like when that young girl was like and her body was thrown out by an illegal immigrant. I go, don't you guys ever wonder like, wow, this could be me. This could be my daughter. I guess maybe they just live in such a fantasy world. They don't even think that way. So it's really crazy. We'll see what happens. Very, very sad to see.
Long before this hearing, particularly.
My daughter. This isn't Irina.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is my daughter.
I am so sorry.
Okay?
I am so sorry.
This is Logan Federico.
Thank you so much for bringing that. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am so sorry for you.
And she was before Irina.
I am so
4 months before.
I'm so sorry for your loss, and my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you.
How dare you not know her?
That's the dad correcting her. Imagine having to be like, wrong dead girl murdered as the dad is sitting right there. Oh, God. That's so bad. How do you that up? Were you not prepped? That's insane. Oh, this is another thing. So 2 takes. So when we talk about death penalty, public execution, I definitely have some opinions on those. So death penalty, I think we need in every state. When you look into how much money we spend on keeping people in prison, which I don't even understand. People do horrific things, then they get to like go outside and exercise for an hour, get some sun, 3 meals a day, whatever it is. Death penalty should be in every state, and you shouldn't do your due process, do everything you can. I would say a year. You get a year to gather all the information, all the evidence, all the data, and then you leave Earth. I don't even understand why we keep people alive. Makes no logical sense to me whatsoever. Why are we keeping either evil people here? I also never understood you kill an innocent person. I'm talking when it's intentional, not like whatever, you're drunk driving, doing something insane, stupid like that. But I never understand. I'm like, what? Like, do you ever think that maybe people do these things because their lives are already terrible? They suck. They're probably homeless. And then being in jail is like actually a really great option for them. And they're like, oh, this is like actually kind of sweet. I can go do horrible things. And then I'm just at least going to be taken care of for the rest of my life. Do you ever think that's like why a lot of this bad stuff happens? And then also public executions. This is a very, very hot topic. But here's the thing. We let people in this country do such horrific things. I mean, trafficking, child rape, murder. I mean, look at stabbing young girls minding their business in the neck. And I'm like, okay. So no one is scared anymore. No one is scared of consequences in this country, especially when the consequences like you just get to be taken care of in a prison for the rest of your life. So then what do? We need to have more severe consequences. And I'm talking for like the worst of the worst people. And I'm just like, maybe public executions would be good. I don't know. Like look, in other countries, I think it works. And then my friend's argument was like, yeah, but like it's so evil, it's so barbaric. And then people see it and then it makes us desensitized. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? Half the people in this country are watching child porn, playing video games, killing people. You know, white girls are sitting there every night watching like murder documentaries. I'm like, we're taking in more than enough horrific things seen. Someone being hanged in the middle of the street at this point in West Hollywood would be like one of the most normal things I've seen from the shit I see every day. That actually, I'd probably walk by and be like, oh, we're doing that now. That's kind of cool. I'd be like, oh, maybe they're filming like the new Sicario over here. But I'm just like, I think the reason people do these things is because like, there's not really consequences. Like you can literally like attempt to assassinate the president and they're still going to treat you pretty good. They're going to like take you in and, you know, due process and here's what we have to do. And when you're in the questioning room, would you like some tea? Do you need a sandwich? Are you hungry? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we just start putting people in rooms and just turning a blind eye and like literally hanging them. Like, I actually think it would do more good. I understand both sides of it. I'm just saying at this point, that's my opinion on it. I think we need to take all this money we put into, you know, penguins that have AIDS research and just build unlimited prisons and mental hospitals. Okay. And then you get 1 year if you do something messed up and then you're out. You know, we inject you with the thing, whatever. Or just, shoot you in the back of the head. I don't know. That's just my opinions on these things. They may change. Probably not. They'll probably actually get more extreme the longer I live here. We have a Muslim socialist, Zohran Mamdani. New York Assemblyman Mamdani calls for billionaire crackdowns, Trump-proofing the city, and harsher hate crime laws. His radical ideas claim that, he claims, he calls violence an artificial construct. I feel like I've seen him say so many crazy things in the past couple of years. This obviously sparked outrage in a city where residents do not feel safe. I have to go to New York for work all the time. I do not feel safe there. I'm terrified to take the subways. They are insane. So this is him talking about that.
You are a self-described democratic socialist. Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
So you don't believe billionaires should exist, but you can't wait to work with them. Okay. I mean, sure, that makes sense. Oh, God, these people are exhausting. So you don't believe, I don't understand, because this isn't just a talking point from him. I hear it from the left all the time. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Why? Billionaires, like, look at Elon Musk. Thank you for bringing back X, free speech, advancements in, whatever, space, Tesla, whatever it is. I'm like, what is this whole thing with like Bill? I've never had that thought process. And I'm like, The whole point is we live in a country where you can literally become a billionaire. If you are smart, probably work hard, and you provide something of great value. Where else on the planet can you do that? Not a lot of other places. That's like one of the things that makes it so special here. And I've never thought like, hey, your money from doing something amazing that I haven't done should be my money. Because you know what? That's a loser mentality. That's why these people are proud socialists. And the irony is they're so quick to go after the millionaires and then they become millionaires. So you know what they have to do? They have to go after the billionaires. That's what Bernie Sanders does. He literally became a millionaire talking about this stuff. And then you know what's funny? When they talk about distribution of wealth, they always want to take other people's wealth, but it never comes from their own pockets. It's always, I want other people's money, other people's wealth, and we should disperse that. There's nothing wrong with billionaires, especially when all these people are literally millionaires. And then he's like, but yeah, we'll talk to them and, we'll ask them for their money. And then if they don't give it to me, I'll just try to take it away from them. That's what they do. So we have a video of Mamdani saying he wants to spend $10 billion to Trump-proof NYC. See, he just likes to spend money. Doesn't like to make it, though.
I've proposed is that we raise $10 billion to pay for our entire economic agenda and start to Trump-proof our city, because we know he'll use federal funding as leverage over this city. And we will do so in two key ways. The first is to match the state's top corporate tax rate to that of New Jersey. We are at 7.25%. They're at 11.5%. Corporations can pay it over there. They can pay it over here. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't just apply to corporations headquartered in New York City. Because when you say this, people will say, well, they're going to go to Florida. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are headquartered, as long as you do business in the state of New York, you are taxable for that corporate tax. We're talking about corporations that are making millions of dollars, not in revenue, but in profit. And the second is taxing the top 1% of New Yorkers. We're talking about people who make $1 million a year or more, taxing them just by a flat 2% tax increase. And I know if 50 Cent is listening, he's not going to be happy about this. Mm-hmm. He tends to not like this tax policy, but I want to be very clear. This is about $20,000 a year. It's a rounding error. And all of these things together, they make every New Yorker's life better, including those who are actually getting taxed.
Is the Breakfast Club just like a black version of The View? I don't know. I just see the craziest clips. They're always interviewing like the worst people. Okay, so New York, like I said, I go there for work. New York is a shithole. There are migrants everywhere. It's extremely dangerous. There's literally human shit everywhere. The subways are insane. It's like if you released like a insane asylum into a literal cart moving on wheels. The things you see, like literally you have to just put your head down and pray someone doesn't stab you, or call an Uber for $75 to go a literal mile, which takes an hour. So that's New York. And I'm like, so you want to, once again, I can't wait. In like 2 years, we're going to find out how much money he makes. And I want to know how much he pays in taxes, which is so funny. So he wants to further hurt businesses, which are going to then flee out of New York. So businesses are going to leave, which makes New York, New York. People with money are going to leave, which is the only thing that makes New York good and worth going to. Nice places you want to visit have wealthy people in them. And then he's like, oh, if you're making $1 million, I'm just going to tax you. Just give me another like $20,000. Do you realize that like even $1 million in New York, like a year in New York after you pay these insanely high taxes is obviously a good life? It's not that much. I mean, I'm pretty sure they say like what? Like $250,000 here is like considered the poverty line now. It's really not that much. New York is insanely expensive. To live there is just everything's expensive. And obviously public transportation isn't safe. And then he also says the racist stuff of he wants to tax like white neighborhoods. Okay, so oh my God, of all the people that cry about racism, how is that not racist? And also, how is that even legal? Or is he just saying that to try to get more votes? So he's saying that he's also going to root out bigotry with an 800% increase in funding for hate crime prevention programs. So I don't know, does black on white violence count? Probably not.
And I know that Jewish New Yorkers, like Jewish Americans, are fearful in this moment of anti-Semitism. They're fearful, especially after the horrific attacks that we saw in Washington, D.C. and in Boulder, Colorado. And they're fearful also in conversations that I have heard myself about life in this city. I spoke to a Jewish man in Williamsburg not too many weeks ago who told me about the fact that he now locks the door that he used to close, that he used to keep open for years because of a fear of who may come in. I spoke to a friend of mine after October 7th who told me about going to his synagogue for Shabbat services and
hearing the door open behind him and turning around with a tremor going up his back, not knowing who was walking in and what they wished for them. And ultimately, it's through the conversations I've had with Jewish New Yorkers that I have developed a proposal for the Department of Community Safety that would include an 800% increase in funding for hate crime prevention programs. Because ultimately, we cannot simply say that anti-Semitism has no home in this city or no place in this country. We have to do more than talk about it. We have to tackle it. And that's what we will do through this funding and through this commitment. We will root out bigotry across the 5 boroughs.
Isn't this the same guy that won't condemn Hamas and like refuses to say negative things about them? And now, that's crazy trying to get the Jewish vote. But you know he'll get the dumb, liberal, self-hating, like white Jewish vote, which is like just such an insufferable group. I don't know why they think that way. But it's also so funny because I'm guessing if he were to do this program, what would he be going after? I get they would probably be going after Islamophobic and anti, like ICE prevention, and then anything against Black people. There's no way this would cover anything that has to do with white people, Jewish people. There's no way. Also, no one wants that. What a way. Imagine they're like, your tax, more money is going for hate crime prevention. Why don't you put people in prison? You know what Democrats will do? They will do literally anything in the world except for prosecuting crime, unless it's a Republican or Donald Trump. Then they're all for it. They will spend years doing that. But it's like, it's so weird to go around it in a million different ways. Like, hey, we'll put in more libraries. We'll raise your taxes. We'll do hate crime prevention. It's like, just put them in jail. It's literally the easiest thing you can do. It's really not hard. Throw them in the river. I don't know. I don't fucking care because I would never live there. But I'm like, just do the one thing that actually gets crime down. And also hate crime prevention, let's be real. You know he'd be so biased about that. He also says violence is an artificial construct.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. And we have to be very clear that what is happening here with these district attorneys, that is violence. That is violence of the highest degree.
I hope this artificial construct is still a thing when some black guy knocks his door down and has a like literal fucking Glock to his head. Is he going to be like, but this is an artificial construct. Call the therapist that I hired because I defunded the police. Like, what do you mean? You live in New York where the crime is nuts there. People are literally getting stabbed. They're literally getting shot. What part of that is artificially constructed? Or what is this, like MK Ultra? Are you saying that this isn't real? I mean, maybe I agree with you in the fact that like you guys are doing this on purpose. I don't think you're admitting to that. That would be kind of crazy. But what an insane, how are these people so stupid? My friend has been doing interviews in New York asking people, who are you voting for? And they can like barely pronounce his name. Whatever, neither can I. And then they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, just sign this petition. And he's like, sure. And then he's like, I just have to tell you legally 3 things. And they're like, okay, so he's going to tax white neighborhoods. He's going to like release criminals. And they're like, oh, like, but like, that's not what he's going to do. And he's like, no, it's literally here. And they're like, well, what's that? It's fake. And he's like, it's his campaign. It's his literal campaign. That's why I'm like, what? Why vote if you don't know what you're voting for? I would have more respect if you were like, it's fake, I don't care, and just not vote. But I'm like, how are you this passionate? Like, these Democrat influencers seem to be so passionate. But when you ask them about it, they're like, no, that's like crazy. It's like fake news. I'm like, it's in his campaign, you guys. New York is so bad. The fact that it could get worse is insane. Like, I will stop going there for work if it gets worse. So I don't know. Maybe that artificial crime will hit him and he'll change his mind. So this week in trans craziness, celebrities in schools draw controversy. Megan Fox speaks about her transgender children. Netflix pushes trans narratives, and shocking school incidents raise alarms about children's safety. Elon Musk and others weigh in about how far the ideology is being pushed in law and in culture as well. So we have this guy tweeted, like, look at all these celebrities, and they all happen to have trans kids. I mean, to be fair, Rosie O'Donnell, like, there's no way her kid was going to come out normal. I mean, at a certain point, you're like, that's kind of fair. You're like, that one I kind of expected. Did that baby come out of her? Isn't she lesbian? Is that like an adopted baby? I don't know what's going on there. You have Megan Fox. She has like 3 boys. She dresses them like girls. Megan's a little weird though. She seems intelligent, but she always seems to talk about like the devil and like weird shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if these people sell their souls to the devil. Then the devil's like, you're going to have trans kids. I don't know why he would do that, even if he is working overtime. It's very weird. And I would say from personal experience, this is really interesting. I won't say a name. But I grew up with a girl that was a lesbian, but had a baby with a man that was married to someone pretty famous and had some money. So then she was transitioned and is now married to some whore, and she has a kid. And of course, now the kid is trans, and she like fully exploits this child on all social media platforms, especially TikTok. The kid's a fucking they, them, which is, it's like, she's like, gotta go pick them up from school. And I'm like, oh, who's she with? Oh, no one. That doesn't make any sense. So now the kid's going to be an idiot because you've confused it its whole life. But like, once again, I'm like, this is a trans person. And now her kid happens to be trans. You know why? They literally encourage them. They literally like force them to be trans. Like, she's fully doing it to exploit for like TikTok views, which is disgusting. But I'm like, it's very rare that you have like 2 normal parents and the kid is trans. It's very rare. And this is 100% social conditioning. This is not a thing. If we were not talking about this and the trannies just stuck to Santa Monica Boulevard and did their dances and their karaoke every night, like whatever, some of them are going to be weird and grow up and do that. I mean, I don't know how people don't think that's weird in general. We like have to walk over there sometimes. And I'm like, what happened that you were like, I'm going to grow up as a huge man, and for fun, I'm going to go dress up as a woman with like big tits and then sing karaoke. I'm just like, is that like, I guess it's fun to people. I just think it's fucking weird. I can't imagine like you can just be normal and do that, but like go off as long as you keep it to Santa Monica Boulevard. But like they're literally pressured. Like, she goes viral on TikTok because she's trans and has a trans kid. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is beautiful. You're so brave. I'm like, the kid is f***ed. Like, that kid used to be a beautiful, feminine little girl with long hair. We were like, she was like literally a little baby supermodel. And now she has chopped up, fucked up hair and like is goth and trans. It's like, great. You know, all they're talking about, they moved to another country too. So we have we have Megan Fox talking about her trans children.
Noah started wearing dresses when Noah was about 2. And I bought a bunch of books that sort of address these things, that address a full spectrum of like what this is. And some of the books are written by transgender children. Some of the books are just about how you can be a boy and wear a dress. Like, you can express yourself through your clothing however you want. That doesn't even have to have anything to do with your sexuality. So from the time they were very young, I've incorporated those things into their daily lives so that nobody feels like they are weird or strange or different. I can't control the way other people react to my children. I can't control the things that other children that they go to school with have been taught and then repeat to them. So that has been a journey.
To buy your kids books and further confuse them, allow them to wear clothing. It's very simple. When your kid's like a boy and mommy, can I wear a dress? Nope. Boys don't wear dresses. Anything else? That simple. 5 seconds of parenting. So then you went out of your way to buy them dresses, also encouraging that behavior. And then you're allowing them to go to school and get bullied, which is going to make them even more freaks because they're going to be like, why would you like let me go to school and get bullied for wearing a dress? Like, yeah, the kids should make fun of you. Like, because your parent isn't able to be a parent. So that's the kids being like, hey, this is weird. And like, obviously we know now this leads to a lot of, mental health issues. And we kind of like, it's good to identify these people and stay away from them for safety reasons. But I'm just like, you're admitting that like all of this was your influence and you said it was okay. Not only that, you actually went out of your way and encouraged it. So we have a video of a new show on Netflix, which is pushing trans ideology. What the fuck is this? Is that the devil on like a washing machine vibrating? And then also I'm like, okay, cute. You have like the little black character. Why did the dog have an Aladdin hat on? He had like with the, I don't know, what was like the Indian fucking Arab hat on. That was confusing. Okay, so I will say, kind of based of Netflix, because they literally nailed it when it came to making a trans character. I mean, that literally looked like the thing I saw at the coffee shop this morning, like on par. It was like chubby, kind of pale, like kind of like fluffy blue hair. They kind of nailed it. I mean, if they would have made it like super like strong, masculine, and good looking, I would have been like, oh, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I don't know, like they're pushing trans on us, but are they doing it in low-key kind of a based way? Yes, I see everyone's boycotting and canceling their Netflix notification. That looked exactly like the they, them in the coffee shop this morning. It's like actually kind of crazy. It's like almost too on par. Maybe it was after her. They just needed to add the pro-Palestine pin, and that would have been great. That would have been really good. Well, I can't wait to watch that show. It has a devil like masturbating on like a vibrating washing machine, a fat trans person, and a dog with like a Aladdin hat on. Like, you know what? That sounds good. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch that tonight. And you know what is annoying about Netflix too? I was trying to watch Interview with the Vampire. They did a remake of that, and immediately they're gay and they start and I was just like, oh my god, why? Just use two good-looking white people and make them straight. If I have to watch porn, at least just make it somewhat acceptable for me to watch. So we have a video telling the story of the principal of a California elementary school who said 4-year-olds who shared part of the responsibility when they said they were sexually assaulted. So you're blaming a 4-year-old saying they deserve to be sexually assaulted. Great.
There's this elementary school that's called Terra Vista. It's over there in California. It's in the Etiwanda County School District. And they've been having some reports of some preschool teachers essaying young children. How young, may you ask? 4 years old. 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. Now these reports have also ensued into lawsuits against this school. And the principal, her name's Kim Pollock, she is very aware of these lawsuits. And you want to know what her response to all this is? Oh, this will really just... She said the child brought it upon themselves. She's blaming the 4-year-old. The freaking 4-year-old.
So teachers are molesting... Dude, public schools, all this shit... that's like the dream job for a pedophile. I always thought it was weird. Our teachers in high school were also very creepy. I was like, that's a perfect job to pick if you are a pedophile. Homeschooling has never looked better. But I'm like, so wait, the teachers are molesting 4-year-olds and then they bring the 4-year-olds in and then like what? They're like, well, what were you wearing? Well, what vibes did you give off? Well, were you dressed inappropriately? Like what is happening? See, isn't it situations like this where I'm like, if we just took those teachers and we did it Sicario style in front of the school, I bet the other pedophile teachers were like, oh shit, they're not fucking around. We better get out of here. Seriously, like at some point, like, okay, maybe we don't have to like torture them in public, but I'm like, I feel like we got to put something out there to make them like kind of scared. Do these people still have jobs? Like, how? I don't understand. I couldn't say a customer was overweight if she was 900 pounds. And these people are able to like blame 4-year-olds for like getting molested. And like what they probably like just, what did they do? They probably went like Catholic church style and just transfer them to another school. Like, that's crazy. Good thing it wasn't my dad. My dad went in there and beat the shit out of them. Old school, which that's why people were more normal. We have a video of an Oregon man speaking with a cop who said it's legal for a man to walk up to your kid naked. I mean, it's Oregon.
In the state of Oregon, someone can walk up to your 2-year-old kid completely bare naked, and that's not a crime, even if it's on your property.
Correct. Well, so it's trespassing, but what I'm saying is there's no laws against the actual nudity portion of it.
So you can expose yourself to children in Oregon.
Again, if you're not doing it for sexual gratification or the gratification of somebody else, yes, you are allowed to walk around in public naked.
On private property, this is where I live, and someone just came and exposed themselves to my 2-year-old boy, and this officer's saying that it's not a crime. So a naked person came up onto my property here, approached my 2-year-old kid, completely naked, which I ran over to him and covered his eyes so he wouldn't see. My obvious thought is to call 911 as someone's indecently exposing themselves to my child on my property. At what point did this become a normal and acceptable thing to do? The cops will literally do nothing about it. They're basically saying we have to wait for that person to do something more serious to your kid before we can intervene.
I mean, insane. I dealt with like something similar when it came to squatters at a property. The cops pretty much were like, well, he has to like actually you for us to do something. And I was like, what the is wrong with this city? What do you, and same thing. They were like, well, also wait, I'm confused. I'm not very old. Growing up, first of all, we got tickets for, if they saw you throw trash on the floor, they would go not jaywalking tickets. Those were crazy. Those were very expensive and very serious. I'm like, what happened to in the middle of the night, if you take your penis out, you pee at some school, not one kid around, cop pulls up. You are literally registered as a sex offender and you have to like go door to door and tell people. That was like normal growing up. You couldn't do any of this stuff. But I'm like, wait a minute, is that not indecent exposure? And would that not also certify you as a like sex offender, which in a normal place it would? And then I'm saying, so his excuse is like, well, I had to be like jerking off to the kid and say that it was intended sexually. And I'm like, wait, so the guy who's so crazy that he would go up in front of a 2-year-old and expose himself, you're going to believe him when he was like, well, it wasn't for a sexual reason. Like, that's where we are. Are these, like that cop, like, look, he looks normal. Are you not ashamed of yourself? How do you sleep at night defending these people? Like, genuinely, especially like how embarrassing you're on film defending that. Do you not have kids? Like, at least, like, I don't know if you lose your job, but I would be like, hey, this is insane. This is who you need to call and this is where you need to go because I am on your side and I'm sorry and I will be a decent human and look out for this guy. But it's almost like the cops now are like in on it. Like, I don't know if they're getting paid on the side, if they're like in I don't know, in deep with these politicians. But I think that's like one of the weirdest things about it. I mean, the cops would like come to my house when me and my sister were fighting and they would be like, threatening to like put me in jail for like raising my voice at my mom. They would literally be like, we will put you in foster care. You will never see your family again for literally fighting with my sister. So I don't know how, and I'm not that old. I don't know how things went from that to this, but we do know Oregon is extremely messed up. Portland is hell. And now we have a tweet from a trans guy in Portland acting like he's literally fleeing the Holocaust. So, okay, Threads is really weird. This literally came up on my feed like an hour ago. I don't even use Threads. I've only used it like once to make fun of someone. And it's weird because it's not friends I have in common. They just show me random people and the things they say. And this came up and I was reading it, like, trans guy here in Portland. My wife and I need help knowing options of where like we need to he, quote, seek asylum. Like he's literally a refugee in like Syria and the government is like coming after him to literally kill him and his family. He's seeking asylum because they're married as an LGBTQ couple and they're worried. And I literally was like, I went to comment naturally and risk my account. Comments were limited as they tend to do on a post they know is insane. And I just was like, oh my God, it's not satire. This is actually real. Trans guy in Portland, married to, I think, another trans person, and they're looking to seek asylum. And I'm like, I know where you can go. You can go to Gaza. That is where you and your trans wife can go. Because if it is so scary here that you actively live in fear, even though you're treated like a fucking bald eagle in America, you're literally treated like a protected class, which I don't agree with. Even TikTok said we're not allowed to talk about trans people or criticize them. And I'm like, oh, that's good. We're not allowed to criticize mentally ill people. Okay, so when the guy's like ripping his hair out next to me and like eating his own fingers, we should not be allowed to criticize it because that would hurt his feelings. I'm just like, where else? I love it. Canada. So funny. Like all the worst people I know have like literally moved to Canada. The liberals are like, if Canada's literally ran by Muslims. So the irony of you going there is very, very, very funny. But I'm just like, where are you catered to more? Where in the world as a trans couple could you be catered to more? You don't feel safe? Well, yeah, I don't really feel safe around you guys because statistically you shoot us and then you also kill yourself. So that would make a normal person, and you usually are pedophiles. So that would make a normal person very uneasy to live around you. But I will think of a lot of options and maybe I'll respond to you next week. I would suggest somewhere in maybe Pakistan, Syria, Afghanistan, Gaza envelope can be really beautiful at times. Go there. Enjoy. Have a hot girl summer in Afghanistan. Because apparently it's great and we were all lied to. And then we have an Antifa activist threatens journalists while in Portland. Portland is not okay. And police finally cracked down on ICE protests after months of unchecked activity. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is my friend. This is a video of Nick Shirley, being harassed by a member of Antifa until federal snipers have the man in their sights. This is crazy. He does great work if you don't follow him.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I didn't do anything. Hey, get the fuck out. You get out of here. Don't try to hit me. Get out of here. Well, I have no. Get out of here. Don't come back. Get away from me. See you again. Get away from me, sir. Get the Where are you? You're pushing me onto the road. Get the fuck out of here. Let me move. Let me get out. If you're gonna let me get out. Fucking walk. Hey, sir, stop it. Fucking walk. Stop. Walk, motherfucker. What are you doing? Why are you so mad? I didn't do anything. You did. What did I do? Walk. I haven't done anything. Walk. Do not come back. Watch out. You come back, I'm gonna fucking smoke you, dude. Really? Yes, really. I'm gonna smash that fucking camera. Stop it. Stop. Sir, stop it. Stop sticking your camera to people's fucking face. I have the right to be here. Okay, did I say I have the right to be here. Stop. I have the right to film. You have DHS watching you right there. Stop. Lasered on you. You have a sniper lasered on you right now. I don't give a fuck. Stop it. Stop sticking your camera in people's face. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. You have a sniper on you right now. You have a sniper on you right now.
By the way, this is Antifa, which is a terrorist organization. If you have not been paying attention for years, this is what they do. They literally stab people. They threaten to kill. Nick is like the nicest, most normal guy. Like, not a big, scary dude. And also, he has the right. He has the right to be there, to film. He is 100% nonviolent. He doesn't need to get security. And this is how they act. This is why they need to be declared, and hopefully are soon, a terrorist organization. He literally says in the video he's threatening to kill him. I mean, this is nuts. I don't know. I know these... it's so funny, too. They always have the masks on. They're the ones that don't want ICE to be able to wear masks. I'm like, notice how they always have masks on. Why is that? They're protecting their identity. Masks should just be banned, period. Because I'm like, this guy, we need to know who he is. Good thing I wasn't there. I'd be, oh my God. I can't be around these people because I'm like, I just can't control myself. He's such an angel. If you don't follow him, you should. He's on Instagram and TikTok. He's pretty much everywhere, but he does really good work exposing these people. The sniper is pretty sweet too. That's pretty cool. And we have a video showing police making arrests in Portland after 3 months of doing nothing. I mean, literally, we look like we live in a third world country at this point. You can't tell me all these people are actually this brainwashed to think this way. But at the same time, this is the problem with the very far left is like, they really are losers that have nothing to live for. Like, they join the protests, they join Antifa, they get paid like, $100 to show up, protest, and they do that for a living. But I'm just like, God, what a useless, horrible way to go about life. Like, we need to be more strict. Like, honestly, the level of like strict they were growing up in Orange County, we need that all over the country. We cannot allow people to behave this way, to be rioting on the streets every day, threatening to kill journalists, doing literally like it's some white kid with a little like iPhone. Like, that's really dangerous. And they need to send the National Guard in and literally start like beating the shit out of people and arresting them. It's actually crazy. They need to check these people the way that ICE guy checked that woman. Threw her to the floor. And these people are violent. They promote violence and they agree with violence. So it's like, but then the second you respond in violence, they're like, oh my God. And they play the victim. And then what do? They run to the DA's office. So we have a video of a resident praising the National Guard's arrival in Portland. Well, yeah, thank God.
I am so happy that Trump is sending the National Guard in here. I live in this building. We both live in this building. We've been asking for help for months, and we're finally going to get it.
When do you think they're coming?
When? Not soon enough, man. Not soon enough.
What do you want to see happen?
I want him to come in and mess them up and just annihilate these people. Whatever force they need.
I love it. That's actually like the average American. That's how I feel. I want, like, when they came to LA, I'm like, yeah, like, come here and do whatever you need to do. These people don't believe in, like, laws. They believe in violence. And I'm like, yeah, do what you need to do. Like, sorry, like, the people also that lead these cities, if the National Guard has to come in, you should immediately lose your job. That means you have failed. You have failed to protect the people of your state, of your city, and you should have to resign, and someone else should come in who clearly has different leadership than you do. That's what's so crazy about this. Oh, this is good. Trump jokes after RFK sneezes. He's so funny. I love him.
We'll get it down even further, but insulin was, people weren't taking it, I would imagine. They couldn't take it. God bless you, Bobby. I hope I didn't catch COVID just there. Don't you have Paxlovid? What is it? He's got Paxlovid. Give me a Paxlovid immediately.
Oh my God. I will never understand how you hate him. He's so funny and he's so witty. Like, I love that that's his response. And I also think it's like one of the only times I've ever seen Bobby. And I like that he calls him Bobby. I think that's like the sweetest thing ever that I see Bobby laugh. He's just getting attacked left and right constantly. And I was like, oh, it's so nice. I want our president to like have a good sense of humor. And not everyone, I don't know, like, everyone's like, I just want someone like Obama. Okay. No, we don't. No, we don't. Not going to get into that this episode. That's a whole deep dive. We can do another episode. But anyway, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we will be back before you know it.